Hi everybody, this is Amber for those of you who don't know me. Today I wanted to create a look. It's like a fast thing of what I do usually to get ready. It's like when I'm like on the run, when I'm like I gotta get out of here, let's just go, peace, deuces, you know, do something super fast. It takes me about 20 minutes on tops to get ready. You know, not the perfect. I do want to let you guys know that all of the stuff that I am talking in here is bought from Walgreens. Some of it is from Ulta or Sephora. I'm going to keep it in the below that you guys will see here, is to make sure that you guys subscribe. You guys hit the notification bell so you guys can get all of my stuff that it comes in, as well as keep updated for everything that is going to be going on. I'm going to be trying to post as much as I can to do everything. I wanted to create something a little bit different, and I hope you guys like my makeup. But let's get it started. I love you guys. Thanks for all of your guys' support. Make sure to also follow me on my social media on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook if you guys can, which is listed on this little thing below. I'll keep it. But here we go. So the first thing that what I'm gonna do is basically what I do is before setting everything and doing all that stuff, basically I like to apply coconut oil, and I like to put that all over my face. You know, coconut oil is good for so many things. I actually use it for like everything. I use it for my body, I use it for my hair, because with this you guys can see all this craziness. What I do with this is it's called the Neutrogena Triple Age Repair. It's a moisturizer. I put this on before, and then I apply my primer to my face. And with this, basically what I do is, it looks like this. It's just like a little cream right there, and I'll put my fingers in there, and basically what I do is I just go around with it and I apply it all over to my face. Who doesn't not want to have wrinkles? Not me. And then I'm just gonna throw my hair up because it gets it out of my face and allows me to be able to look at everything the way that I need to. The next thing that I use is this. This is actually from Wet n Wild. I love this primer. And again, with that is I put that all over my face like this. Oh. And then what I do is I basically will go in, and this is the Ofra, with this Ofra thing right here. It's kind of a little bit dirty. What I will do is I will go in and I basically will use this one, and I use that for underneath my eyes. And I go with this. I use this thing because it's actually like a one that you can put under your eyes, but I didn't like it because it would never like get where I needed it to be. And then basically what I do is I just apply this underneath my eyes, and as far as I can, and as you can see is I'm just going like right here. I go back, and then basically I just grab the little blender, and then I just blend it in so that we can get all those away. I mean, it's going to be a little bit oranger on your eyes. Don't be worried about that because we'll go ahead and cover it. Some people will cover it with foundation, and some people with concealer. And I'm actually gonna show you guys like what I use. You know, by no means none of this is how other people do it, but this is what's worked out for me, because I've actually tried many other things like foundations and things like that, but none of them have seemed to work for me because makeup like caked onto my face, and I don't like that. This Maybelline, it's like a concealer. It's called as the Age Rewind, and this is used as a concealer, as you guys can see, if you guys can see it. And if you guys need to know the number, I'm like the light pale. I'm the lightest one on there. Seriously, I really am. And what I do, instead of using this, I've always like with foundation, a lot of people will put that all over their face and then they start doing their makeup and things like that. But I've just noticed that I skip that process with the foundation and I go straight to concealer because it helps with my lines and it helps just with everything on that part for it. But it's totally up to you and what you decide to do. So what I do with this is basically, well, you have to turn it because that's what this is. And then I go in and I put it underneath my eyes like this. And then around, so you know, do like the normal contouring kind of thing that you would do. And when you put it underneath on both sides. And then I do the same thing on this one. Underneath right here. On my chin, on the other side, and I put it up a little bit. On my nose, right in the middle. And then I make the little thing on my forehead, you know. And then I also do it on my eyes because you guys will see later when I go in to put my eyeshadow and things like that. But with this, just do that. And then that's like that's just like I do the outline as the, you know, doing like the contour kind of thing. Then I go back with my blender and I basically will blend everything together. And I'm going to do my eyebrows, and then I basically will use this. This is the Anastasia, and then I will start doing my eyebrows. So what I do for this part is basically, but I brush them up, and then I do the same thing on the other side. And it looks like everything's a little bit different color right now, you guys, but wait till the end where everything I'm able to basically put it back, you know, is get the color I needed to get it. So what I do is I continue to do that, and then what I would do is I'll start dipping inside of here. And what I would do is I'm gonna try to do this. Outline the out part right here. That I can get the remaining hairs back in there. And then I go in there and create my my arch that I want. Kind of this way out, and then what I start doing is I don't like to bring it out. I just start dragging all the remaining over here because I don't like it to be super dark, and it's gonna get messy. Right now, but what I would do is I'll go back, and then what I'll do is I'll add, this is called the Milani, the Retouch and Eraser. It looks just like this. It's Milani. This is like super cheap stuff, you guys, that I like to shop at Walgreens for it. Sometimes I feel like this has been the way for me, and has been the most. Just put it on here, just like that. And then I dab this, and I use my little brush like this, and I'll just dab it on there, and I have it on both sides. And then what I start doing is I start playing it inside. So I just go inside like this. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning it up, because like I'm telling you guys, you guys could mess up on them, but the best thing about this, the retouch stuff, is that you can just go in and you can erase kind of that stuff, you know. It's like an eraser, you can use it like that. And then just keep on doing the same thing. the greatest, you know, but this is what I do to get mine to do like in my shape, if this is what you guys would do. Mine are just a little, you know, I like to color them in a little bit more. And then what I do is I just go basically back in there and I take all the other ones so I can clean them up. Some parts you might grab when you're doing this, but you can always literally go back and like add what you need to. And you see like it took them all away and it like straightened them up. I'll probably have to go in there and straighten a little bit of parts up because I do see some that a part like on there that needs to be fixed. So basically there's my eyebrow, you know, on this side too, you know, and I always see like, you know, hopefully they're even because it's the first time doing them on camera and my eyelashes seem a little bit, but you guys can see there's that one. And then what I'm gonna do is I go back and I have that, but I do have to fix them just a little bit because I do see that there's just like a little piece on this side. But I'm just gonna play with them so that they kind of look a little bit natural, you know. I don't want them to look completely like I'm just going back in with this brush. Like this brush is my favoriteest thing ever in the entire world to use. And I have to tell you, like when you're doing this is I constantly have noticed that, like, you know, going back and having to do my eyeshadow and things like that, I'm putting like the powder foundation and everything on my face, that it seems to do is I literally have to, so I get eyelash extensions, I really love these things. Like literally the lady that puts them in, I will make sure to put her information below. I tend to add a lot of this stuff underneath my eyes because I do not like the black eyes like on there like whatsoever. Seriously, it drives me nuts. And then I just will keep that right there. And then what I do is I go back with this and I use so I know I use like a bunch of different things, but I've tried a million things. That's why I try to see what fits me. But this is the good one. It's Rimmel, I can't say it, but it's a like the contour stick. I never use this side. I always just use the darker side. So you could tell I already use this so much. But basically what I do is I just come in here and I like to brush it into my hair. Everybody is a little bit different, but I sometimes like I notice on my head that sometimes, like, you know, the baby hairs and things like that, I like to make sure that it matches. Go back with my sponge and I start doing this because I want to make sure that it is. My Lani, and I put it back on here, and then I like to dip. So I do a lot of stuff for underneath my eye. On putting this underneath, and then I don't want to put too much. And then what I do, I just go back. Stuff is I do use it because on there, on the top of my eyes as the primer for the set of my eyeshadow. And I do this to and so as you can see is with that, And then what I do is I go in with the powder. I do use, this is from L'Oreal, it's like True Match. This one, I am like the lightest one, like I always say, this is the lightest one. And then I'll go back in there with this, and I literally put it at the top, and I pout it, like pat it. I can't even talk right now. But I like go like this so that the excess comes off. And then basically I just go back in there and then I put it on top. I found out by doing this that it actually makes like the eyeshadow blend so much better. And I just love it. Favorite. Hey. It's a little bit dirty, but it's my Juvia. It's the Nubian by Juvia's. And then what I like to do, as you guys can see, is it comes with all this inside. I do use the Morphe brushes. It does come like in a little thing like this. If you guys are interested, in the inside it has all of their my mom actually got this for me for Christmas, and there's a lot more brushes in there. I actually have them laid out on here so that if you guys need to see them and things like that, I can always do another thing about what brush is which. But I use this brush. So what I'm gonna do is I always go for this one. So I always use like the orange one. And so what I do is I basically will go right, put that in there, dust it off. You see that? I don't know if you guys can, probably not. And then what I do is I always start right here at the edge, because it's better to start at the edge, and then I just start applying it, and then going up, and then, you know, it's the end where you want it to be the most, and then dragging in. And see, it's easier when you have put that powder as a set, because it literally blends everything in like you need it to be. It's gonna fall, the excess is gonna fall on the ground, like underneath my eye right here, but that's okay. Next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go in with the darker brown, and then I just use that. Remember, like I said, it doesn't matter if this is perfect or not, because you can add a glitter or anything like that, and you could always get whatever you're gonna put in the beginning right there, and you could always use that at the end. So it doesn't really matter how you apply that one. And then I'm gonna apply this one right here, as you guys can see. This one right there. It's like a really, really shiny one. And then what I'm gonna do is I grab my little brush, so it looks something like this. And as you can see, as I like to apply my glitter with that one. With this one, and then I just basically make the straight line out there so it doesn't look all retarded and I get all that excess there. You're just going back and forth all the time between these. And now what I do is I go back with this, the True Match from L'Oreal, and I apply it on there. So I apply as much as I can, because I do not like getting creases. I hate creases. I hate blackness under my eyes. I hate that shit. I hate it. And so basically I just come back right here, put that around, put it around here, because, you know, the places that you seem to get the most cracking is this spot, this spot, this spot. They still kind of show, but whatever, whatevs. And then what I do is now go with my my bronzer. And then what I do is I use this brush again. You guys know, it's like I like this one because it's like soft and it looks nice, really good. And I just dip it in there and I do the same thing. And then I go back in here. Dark lips. And then if you want to, you could add some blush. I like to add like, it's like a pinkish kind of thing. And then what I do is do the same thing. It's kind of like that. It's like they're like highlighters but kind of blush. This area, I use this little area. This is from Wet n Wild. It's like in between there because I like the way that it looks, the pink. And then I just basically will put it on right there. And I did see, like, I was watching somebody do their makeup today, and I seriously liked the way what she was doing. What she was doing is she grabbed this and was dipping it inside of there and then putting it on the area around like this so that it blends in pretty well. And ooh, that actually is better. And then she did the same thing so that it doesn't leave you those lines, you know? So you just put it on there like that. Like that. Oh, around the area. And then what I do is I literally have to go back with the Juvia, and then I grab my little one. I use this like that. It looks like that. Back in with this, and what I do is basically just dip it inside the red and then dip it in this one, and then I go back and I go like this and I put it at the edge. You kind of want to blend it, you know. And then what I do is I go in with mascara. So I don't use mascara on my eyelashes. You guys can see, as I tell you guys, I already get my eyelashes. See, I'll zoom it up. You guys can see my eyelashes right there. And then I will touch up the bottom. I like to add it on the bottom. The Naked, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm running out, but it's so shiny, you guys. Like, I'm already running out, but you guys can see. What I do is just go in there like this and then put it right there, and you could rub it with the little brush it came with, but sometimes I do with my finger because it actually sits longer and goes on there better. Sometimes I go in with I have a couple highlighters. Sometimes I'll go in with this. I got it from Fashion Nova. And I'll apply that first, and sometimes I'll put this after, and it just gives it a like really bright highlight, because highlight is on fleek. And to go in there with it like this, just kind of like dust it a little bit on my layers. So there's that. I'm gonna do something like, I don't know, I'll just do this. I actually do Live Glam. It's called Kiss Me. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can they're like $19.99 a month. You can actually do this. You get like 3 lip glosses or lipsticks, whatever, every month, and then they come in. I love it. It's like the new thing ever. This is the nude from Ofra, and I'm just gonna outline my lips on the outside like that. And by means, I don't have big lips. Stay tuned for the next ones that are coming up. It is Cancun ready, baby. Deuces, love you guys. Bye. Mwah. Besitos.